Hello everyone, this is Profesh Trader, and I wanted to put another tip out there for you. Now if you're looking at these charts, I actually just pulled this up. This is a demo. As you see, Joe Blow, demo. Uh, I was talking about a little bit of a defensive strategy called hedging last week, and I put in a buy and a sell right next to each other and left them in there, and there was a little swap. If you're not familiar with trading, you look it up. There's a little swap, so it made it maybe like negative $40, but we're dealing with $10 per pip. So you had it was basically balancing each other out, and then I just opened up the charts again. I was like, oh, there you go. So I closed at the buy and profit, and then I was gonna hold this selling. So like I said, it was a demo. I wasn't even trying to trade the market. I was just showing a uh, a point of hedging. So don't pay any attention to this currently, all right? So this is what I wanted to talk about. I had a interesting conversation with one of my friends, and some things you have to experience. They say you're not a real trader until you lose, and that is so true. When my mentor was teaching me, did not give me everything that I know now all at once. You have to start gradually. What is a pip? How do you open and close a trade? What is volume? We're going to get on volume on this uh, in this video. I want to keep it slow and simple, but I really wanted to show. First thing you want to do, guys, set up your account, set up your charts. Now these charts are naked. I don't have any network what do you call it, indicators on here or anything like that. This is naked. Like I said, I'm not really doing anything right here, but I just wanted to have this up. Buy and sell, your hours. You need to know all this stuff. You can put in a new order. This is for the beginners. Obviously, if you're a experienced trader, you know all this stuff. So just know how to do that first, and then gradually go. Within that first year, you're gonna experience some wild things and an incredible journey. So I want to get on that. Now, here is what I wanted to mention. I didn't know if I wanted to make a video on it, but it's very important. Probably the most important thing. Look, trading actually is simple, but like I said, you have to experience some things to see what you feel comfortable. So even if when you learn how to trade with these rules and techniques, you still have to figure out what is comfortable for you. All right, I'll give you an example. One of my friends, here's what he likes to do. He likes to have a long-term account where he feels safe, and I'll explain that. So he's very conservative. So he has a conservative account. Then he has something that he'll throw $50 at the market, and he'll trade, he'll scout, which you'll learn with us at MTG and at pamsters.com. So you'll learn that. He'll throw $50 at the market and play a little riskier high volume on a scalp, okay? And he'll grow that account. He'll turn that 50 into $2,000. Take the $2,000 out, do whatever. Throw another 50 in there. Trade risky. You understand? So that's what I wanted to talk about. Look, you have to treat this like a business, and it took me a while to understand that as well. Something I used to do. Okay, I'm on Eastern time. One thing that I used to do was I would get up in the London session, which is 3 a.m. Eastern time, and I wouldn't treat it like a business. So I would be laying down and basically falling asleep while I'm on the job. Would you do that at your job? You would not. You would not. And when you fall asleep, especially if you're scalping, guess what? You either go into profit, you didn't close out your trade, you're back in the negative, and now you're playing a little higher volume. So number one thing is treat it like a business. Wake up, take a shower if you need to, do whatever you need, sit at a desk, have an office set up, okay? Get your office space set up. Number two, just have your rules. If you need to have your rules and strategies and techniques, whatever, have it in front of you. Have it in front of you so you can remind yourself. Have a system. All right? So that's very important. All right. And number three, learning this game, I'm telling you, look, it's very simple. Learn the direction. Be able to tell the direction. It can only go up or down. All right, learn the direction, and then the most important thing of this video, volume. Understand what you want to do for that account and stick to it. Don't have a weekly strategy, reach that weekly strategy obligation, with the amount of pips, and then say, you know what, let me go ahead and do this on this account. No, that account's done for the week. Go ahead and move to the next thing, or the next account. Sticking to this discipline will help you turn a hobby into a business, all right, or losing into winning. And we're gonna show you all the results and stuff. But anybody can come in here and brag about their accounts and show you screenshots. But I say, look, give some real value to someone, and maybe it'll help them out and get better. Like I said, I'm not even charging for anything I give out, so just go ahead, and I just want you to understand that. So volume. How important is volume? Look, if you have a certain amount of capital in your account, and you were able to pick direction, which that will take time. I'm giving you a heads up. Learning how to pick direction, you will have to take time, but after a while you start understanding. You get a feel for the market. It's like you become the market. You understand how the cycle moves. I am actually about to. You're gonna learn more about me, but I'm actually about to speak at one of the schools I went to, and one of the things I wanted to, it's kind of like talking in code. And if you're watching this video, for the most part, you're a person who wants to be an entrepreneur, wants to have a freer lifestyle. And one of the things that you must know is study the cycles of everything. Everything in life and death have cycles. So if you can master a cycle, you can make better predictions. So master the cycle, understand why it moves the way it moves, become the market. Once you become this, which will take time, it's a process. You can't skip it either. Once you skip it, once you don't even try to skip it and just go and work, then it's all about volume. So you can put in a trade, and you know what? My margin level, you could be like, my margin level is such and such, 50,000, 40,000. I'm exaggerating, but let's say you have $25,000 in the market. Let's say you have $50,000 in the market, and you're trading at one volume. You're trading at, and you're on the Euro USD. It's hard to lose. I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm not going to say on here, this is educational purposes, so I'm not going to say you can't lose, but I will say it's very hard to lose. Don't have too many positions in, and go ahead and get your pips every day. You can wait. Let's say the market goes totally against you. You know what? You made the wrong decision. Of course I'm teaching how to hedge, but look, if you got a certain amount of volume, you can wait. If you know the uptrend and downtrend of the year or that time on a higher time frame, you can wait it out. And okay, in the next video, we'll talk about how to know if it's an uptrend or downtrend, and when it's going to reverse. And I don't even know if my mentor wants me to give that out, so I may have to wait, guys. But I want you to meet my mentor, and I want you to understand what's good for you. And the only way to do that is experience. Talking about volume and what you feel comfortable with on a long term and then on a short term. So I'm excited for everyone. Make sure you go to pamsters.com. It's in the description box. You're gonna have a great time. Like I said, learn how to pick direction, which is very possible. You can do that with our teaching, and then volume, and that's gonna come from experience. You're just gonna have to feel that out. You're just gonna have to get in the market and lose. I'm gonna let you know right now. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face about don't trade with higher volume, but when you make that first $200 or $300 and you're like, wait a minute, I feel like I know what I'm doing. So you're gonna get a little greedy, and then you're gonna lose your shirt. And that's just how it is. And you're like, wait a minute, if I would have just done this. That's just how it is, and that's part of the process. So we give you a heads up. You're gonna be like, wow, Professor Trader, you were right. I did this, I was winning, and then you know what? I lost because I was trading too high volume. But I know if I would just trade at this volume, and I know direction, I know the overall trend, I'm going to win every time. Alright? So I'm not saying you're going to win every time, like I said, educational purposes, but you understand when you go through the process. Alright, this is Forex Trader. We'll go over some more technical things, but I definitely wanted to give you just the overall view, because that's the most important thing. Alright, that's the most important thing, and have fun. Have a great time. That's what it's all about. Alright, Forex Trader signing off. Pamsters.com, guys.